Hello everyone, my name is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well wherever you are in the world today. Just thought I'd shake my Tic Tacs at you, so to speak, or in this case my Cardiff City badges, but it's currently a good time to be a Cardiff City fan. We are out of the doldrums, we are out of the relegation zone. Omar Reza might actually be the man with a plan. He is doing fantastic so far. Cardiff, after that 5-0 win against Plymouth, where it looked like prime in form 2009 Barcelona versus a bunch of boys at the local park. That's what it looked like on TV, when it was on TV. They've gone from there and they played Portsmouth on Tuesday night. I went down to the stadium with my wife, which is always a bit of a worry because I have a habit whenever I take Michaela with me, we end up losing. She said to me, she's like, I don't think I've seen Cardiff win, or if I have, it's only been once or twice. I don't think I've ever seen Cardiff win when I've gone to watch them with you. And I'm like, please change. Please change. Please don't make this be the case tonight. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case. Cardiff won 2-0. Cardiff played absolutely good football in the first half. Should have been 4, maybe 5-0 up. Tanner missed a really good chance. We went 1-0 up with the own goal. That was hilarious, by the way, because with the English fans, the Portsmouth fans in the corner singing God Save the King. And as God Save the King comes to its climax at the end, balls on the wing, comes to Perry NG. He sort of puts his laces through the ball. It goes fizzing across the box. It's going to go wide. I think it was a cross. I think it was a shot, but he sort of mishit it. And Regan Poole, the Welsh player of all people, puts his foot out and ends up in the back of the net. It's 1-0 Cardiff City. Fantastic, great start. Settle those nerves early on in the game. Let's continue. Let's keep the pressure on. And the play just built from there. Cardiff played really good stuff. They create, like I said, Tanner missed a really good chance. Off the corner, the ball's flicked on. It comes to Callum Robinson. Little tap in, boom. Won't score an easier goal than that. Goes over to the Portsmouth fans, gives it a little bit of jip, as it were, to celebrate in front of them. Happy days, we're great with that, 2-0. And like I said, it should have been 3 or 4 or 5 in the first half. Second half, went off the boil slightly, I got to be honest with you. There were times where I thought that Cardiff City should have put the game to bed, and as the time was going on, I kept thinking to myself, they're going to get one, but here, they're going to get one. Fortunately, Portsmouth didn't have any quality on the night. You can see where they're bottom of the table. They looked absolutely abysmal at times. There was a stage in the game, I'm going to bring up Reuben Colwill in the discussion about here now, because Reuben Colwill, watching him play on Tuesday night against Portsmouth, live in the stadium, he looks like he's Premier League quality. He looks like he's going places. And the worry for me is, as a Cardiff fan, it's a case of, I want to keep him. I want him to play and flourish and be our linchpin, be our main player in the team. He already is like one of the main players in the team, but you get what I'm saying. But I can see him go into a mid-table Premier League team, or even maybe like a Tottenham Hotspur or somebody like that in a year or two's time. You can just see him fitting into one of those kind of teams. He has fantastic ball control, right foot, left foot. His reading of the play, just the way he turns. There was times, and it looks funny because he's got massive calf muscles. His socks are all the way down to his ankles. He's got his big calf muscles, and he's just sort of marauding around the midfield, just like men against boys at the local park. It's just like, challenge onto him, just shrugs it off. Another challenge, just shrugs it off. Just knock the ball past him, happy days, and then play the little 1-2 or the little ball around the corner. He's really good at doing that. And I noticed he's really good at carrying the ball forward and just taking the sting out of the game. Sometimes when you're on the back foot and the other team are coming up the field and it's just wave after wave, sometimes you just need that player to put his foot on the ball and bring the ball forward and just bring your team up. And he does that quite well as well. So big praise for Reuben Colwill. If he does go to a Premier League club in the future, it'll be for a good bit of money. So that is something, I suppose. He's got to be up there at the moment in the Championship of a player who's worth a lot of money, you would say. Also, a side note, it was quite funny what happened with the Welsh under-21s, where there was an admin error and Reuben Colwill, along with a few other players, didn't get registered properly for the Wales under-21 game. And of course, this is like the last chance he has to play in the under-21s to qualify for the European Championship. So he didn't get to play internationals, even though he went out with the under-21 squad for international duty. So that was hilarious. Also very frustrating, because I imagine being the last sort of time you can do something like that in your age group, you want to go all out and do it. So he's missed out on that opportunity with that game. So frustrating for him. But the stuff he's doing with Cardiff City right now is absolutely insane. It's really good stuff, and long may it continue. There is something I will criticise him for, though. He doesn't always do the simple things. There was a moment in the game against Portsmouth where we had a corner, ball comes in, it gets cleared away by the first man, comes to the midfielder, sort of passing around like on the edge of the box. It comes to Colwill, and Colwill tries to like just do something a bit fancy, trying to turn his man or whatever. Bear in mind, all of like the centre backs are up, the wing backs are up, the whole team is forward. Colwill's the last man back, and he's not even in his own half. He loses the ball, and Portsmouth break. Colwill sprinting back, busts in a gut, and eventually the attack breaks down. I think it might have been Perry NG or someone who gets back and clears it eventually. And straight away, Colwill holds his hand up and goes, yeah, my fault, not my error, etc. But it could have been avoided. Just put your foot in the ball. I said he's good at doing that, but he's got to know when to do that as well. And there's times where I just thought, yeah, that could be improved. But I don't want to criticise him too much because he's been fantastic the last few games for Cardiff. Cardiff had a fantastic game, like I said. Win 2-0 against Portsmouth. Portsmouth stay bottom of the table. Cardiff jump out of the relegation zone. And tactically, everything looked really good on Tuesday night against Portsmouth. The only thing missing was Kanga coming on and scoring his goal. He hasn't scored yet, and I do get the feeling he's going to become like an Eddie Johnson type of figure where the fans are going to be singing, if they used to saying if Johnson scores, I'll riot. I think there were t-shirts printed outside Ninian Park back in the day when Eddie Johnson did score. He scored one for Cardiff. I think there's t-shirts printed where it said like, I was there when Eddie scored or something like that. So I can see the same sort of thing happening with Kanga. And it's a shame because there's clips of him online and he looks really good online. He's got good finishing, right foot, left foot, head, a little bit of pace about him, a little bit of hold-up play. He looks like he's got a bit of everything, but is it the way the team plays? Is it the formation? Does he just need to get a bit of luck? The lucky bobble just to bounce to him and put it in the net. Once he gets off the mark, will he start scoring? Obviously, he's on the bench. He's been brought on as an impact player. But at the moment, it does look like, maybe January, you bin him off and bring somebody else in that's a bit better. I hope that he proves me wrong, and I hope that he can play well and get a few goals, make that impact off the bench, because we need players like that. Starting 11 at Cardiff right now is really good. It picks itself almost. You've got Alan making goals, you've got Perry NG, you've got Gutas, you've got Chambers, you've got Callum O'Dowda, and then you bring in David Turnbull, you're bringing in, my mind's gone blank, Robertson, and you're bringing in Ruben Colwill, and then up front, your front three then, Callum Robinson, you've got El Ghazi, and you've got Tanner. So that's probably 11, the team that they've played the last few games, pretty much unchanged. But outside of that 11, the strength and depth could be a bit better. So maybe that's something to look at in January. But anyway, moving away from Portsmouth, on the weekend just gone, they go away to West Bromwich Albion. West Brom, who I believe were third at the start of the day, they finished in fourth place. I think they went down one place in the table. And this is a West Brom team that have one of the best defensive records in the league. I think they'd only conceded 8 goals, something like that, which is either the best or the second best. Cardiff City, the in-form team. On form, the last 5 or 6 games, Cardiff are actually second in the table. That's how well Cardiff are playing. And it's just interesting to sort of see, this clash of styles almost. And Cardiff had a couple of chances towards the end where they could have nicked it. A win would have been fantastic, but they do get a point, and a point away from home against a team up towards the upper echelons of the table is fantastic for Cardiff. They dug in deep, they defended well, they come away with a point, and these are the points that matter. These are the points that may keep the team up this season in the league, and that's what you want. But I can see this team continuing to play the way they are playing. If they keep doing what they're doing under Omar Reza, the team could quite easily get mid-table by the end of the season. I think that's a realistic possibility. They're only a few wins actually off the playoffs. That's how funny the championship is. Anyone can beat anyone. You go on a 2 or 3 game winning streak, and all of a sudden you're up there. Swansea, for example, we're only I think a point behind Swansea, and the goal difference is identical practically. So, and who would have thought that 5 games ago? You know what I mean? So, interesting to see where things go. Like I said in my previous video, Omar Reza, if he goes on a good run of games, I can see him being given the job. They kind of have to give it to him the way it's going. I'm not really seeing any candidates out there that are more deserving, or I would go, yeah, break the bank, get that person in. I'm not seeing anyone like that at the moment. At least give him the job until January. And then if another candidate comes up in January that you think you want to build a good team with and a project with, then by all means do that. But you don't tend to get that in January. That's more of a summer kind of thing that you do. But let me know your thoughts. If you're a Cardiff City fan, how are you feeling with the season so far? Let me know your thoughts. I've been Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales. Until next time, goodbye.